everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me, Hema Subramanian. When you think of Mexican food, I think the first thing that comes to mind is salsa. Now salsa is a kind of a sauce that is used for tacos and for many other dishes, and it's also used as a dip for nacho chips. Today I'm going to share a wonderful recipe made with fresh ingredients, and it's super easy to make this salsa at home. Let's get started and check out the recipe. To make the salsa, I'm going to first chop a few fresh ingredients, starting with 2 medium-sized onions. Remove the skin, roughly chop the onions and keep it aside. Next, I've taken 1 whole pod of garlic. Remove the cloves, peel the skin from the cloves and keep it aside. Usually to make salsa, jalapenos are used, but since these are not available, I'm using green chilies. Deseed 1 green chili, chop them and keep it aside. Substituting green chilies does not alter the taste. Next, I've taken about 6 medium to large tomatoes that have been washed clean. Just roughly chop them and keep it aside. Lemons are important to make the salsa. They add a lot of flavor, so make sure the lemons are nice and fresh. You can just roll it a bit to release the juices. Now I've taken a medium bunch of fresh coriander leaves, clean it nicely and just roughly chop it and keep it aside. Now there is a very good tip to making great salsa. Now I'm using 1 canned tomatoes. This is going to add a lot of flavor to the salsa. If you don't have canned tomatoes, don't worry about it. You can use another extra 4 to 5 large ripe tomatoes for the salsa. Now I'm using the canned tomatoes because the flavoring will be different and they taste really good. If it's available at the local store, you can get that and use them. So I'm going to make the salsa in a food processor. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You can also make it in a mixer jar. Just make sure you don't grind it into a fine paste. You need to pulse it if you're making it in a mixer jar so that you get this nice coarse texture of the salsa. First I'm adding the canned tomatoes. So I'm using 1 can of whole tomatoes. There are about 5 tomatoes in the can. Add the chopped onions. Next, add the garlic and the green chilies. Close the food processor and blend everything for about 1 to 2 pulses. So if you open it, you can see it's just roughly blended. Now I'm going to add a series of ingredients, starting with some lemon juice, some salt, some pepper, some cumin powder and some red chilli powder. Now add the chopped fresh tomatoes, add the chopped fresh coriander leaves, pulse it a few more times. There you go, here is this perfect, flavorful, fresh and tangy salsa. So make sure you make this salsa nice and fresh and serve it immediately. You can make it for dinners, get-togethers or even parties. I've served this delicious salsa with some nice nacho chips. You can serve it with anything you like. So now I'm going to enjoy this salsa with these nacho chips. So there you go, we've made this delicious and fresh salsa with nice fresh ingredients, and it's bursting with flavors. You can use it as a dip for your nacho chips, for your tacos, for quesadillas. You can use it for anything you want. So do try the recipe, enjoy and share it with your family and friends.